Now, before I get into this game, I know there's a lot of people that's going to blame the referees for the Eagles losing this game. The Eagles had 8 penalties compared to the 49ers 1. And yes, that played a factor, but the Eagles' incompetent play calling was the biggest reason why they lost this game. Specifically, the offensive play calling. Now, in the first half, the Eagles doubled the 49ers' time of possession. 18 minutes and 50 seconds compared to 9 minutes and 3 seconds. And yet only had a 3-point difference in score. Why is that? Because they kept trying to waste the clock by just running the ball, taking no risk at all. When this is the playoffs, you need to score to win the game. This is not the regular season where you can just draw out the clock and just let time waste. Every minute counts. And when you're not scoring and when you're wasting time, that's going to lose you the game. A.J. Brown, 3 major drops this game. His jersey was clean to end the game. He doesn't try to dive for any balls. There was 2 catches where some people may say, oh, the ball was a little overthrown. It's not overthrown if you dive for it. If you actually try to catch it, if you turn around and dive for the ball, you're going to catch it. But no, A.J. Brown has no effort. No effort. And this has been a problem throughout the whole season. He cries when he doesn't get the ball, but when he does get the ball, he drops it. Nick Sirianni got in his face and yelled at him because of his lack of effort, him jogging through routes. And then when the ball gets thrown in the air, he drops it. And honestly, I respect Nick Sirianni for getting into A.J. Brown's face, putting him on blast because of his lack of effort. You need your receivers to try, even when you're not getting the ball, run your routes. Don't jog your routes because you never know when the ball is coming your way. Now, Dallas Goedert played a great game. I don't think he had any major drops, any drops at all. 2 touchdowns, a big 4th down catch, and the last play for the Eagles, when he did a post route, this is where the play calling is just idiotic. They have all of the receivers run a vertical route into the end zone and just have Dallas Goedert do a post, right? And when that happens, there's no receiver cutting in the middle. There's no slant routes. There's no short post, nothing. So the linebacker can easily pick up on the post route and making it a double covered throw, which makes it harder, which is the reason why Eric Kendricks, or whatever his name is, deflected the ball. Why is there no receiver doing a slant route? And throughout the whole game, A.J. Brown was struggling with his catches. Okay, let's make it easier. Let's do a drag route for A.J. Brown so he can catch the ball and run the ball. He is the strongest receiver I've ever seen, and he's very fast. Why not let him run after the catch? Or at least design him to get open. But no, that's not what happens, right? And I want to talk about the Eagles defense. The Eagles defense played great throughout the whole game. There were so many 3 and outs that the 49ers had. Brock Purdy threw 2 interceptions to Quinyon Mitchell. The Eagles defense could only do so much. When the offense is not doing anything, but just wasting time, drawing out the clock, doing nothing. Literally nothing. Just wasting clock. That's all they did. And here's the thing. I don't mind the Eagles running the ball and trying to waste the clock, but give the other running backs some carries. You can't just give every single carry to Saquon Barkley. You can't. You're going to gas him out. And then he got hurt. He got hurt later in the, I'm pretty sure it's 3rd quarter or early in the 4th quarter. You have to find ways to avoid your running back getting hurt, especially your star running back. Right? When you look at the Eagles' first Super Bowl, right, they had LeGarrette Blount, Jay Ajayi, Corey Clement. Those are 3 running backs that contributed equally, basically equally, right? You look at this time, it's just Saquon Barkley with 26 carries. Meanwhile, your backup running back only had 4 for 19 yards, and Tank Bixby, who's actually a really good running back. You have to give him at least 8 carries, 9 carries. You have to get the load off of Saquon Barkley. He cannot have every single carry. You have to keep him fresh. He has to be energized. I don't want him running the ball and he's tired, about to pass out, and then he's on the floor because he's hurt, he's tired. This was just inexcusable. Horrible offensive play. And you can't put the blame on Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts played good enough. He played to win, right? There was many passes that he made where his receivers dropped the ball. You look at Devontae Smith, he had a very bad drop in the 4th quarter in the last drive to get them the first down. It was 3rd and 11, drop. Horrible drop. A.J. Brown, like I said, 3 drops that were over 50 yards, basically. That would have been a big play to get him at least in field goal range. The only negative that I take away from Jalen Hurts' game is when he feels the slightest bit of pressure, he automatically scrambles to the right side and just chucks it out of bounds. That's the one thing I hate about Jalen Hurts. He feels a slight amount of pressure, he starts scrambling to the right, when honestly, most of the time, there's no pressure. He just feels it. And he runs to the side and just throws it out of bounds. Now, the Eagles have a lot of decisions to make this offseason, right? Are you going to keep Nick Sirianni? Are you going to trade A.J. Brown? And honestly, I think to trade A.J. Brown is probably the best move to make. You can get a lot of value from trading A.J. Brown. It's not like they use A.J. Brown to his abilities, right? They don't do any drag routes with him, no receiver screens. You didn't see any of that. And you still have a great receiver in Devontae Smith. He had a good game, right? That one drop really killed it for me, but he had an all-around good game. 70 yards, 8 catches. That's a solid game, okay? The Eagles have to make a lot of decisions, right? Trade A.J. Brown, draft a receiver. It doesn't have to be a first-round guy. It could be a third round, fourth round. You have to make changes. You may need definitely need a new offensive coordinator. He shouldn't even drive home with the team. He shouldn't immediately cut him. Immediately. Okay? But the Eagles have a lot of decisions to make. If you stuck around to the end of this video, just drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry, Eagles fans. This was a very tough watch. A very, very tough watch. And I catch you guys. Peace out.